how can we use Propstream to find fix and flip or even wholesale properties? Because, we got to capture equity. We can't just, get it with really, really like no equity at all, but we have to be able to capture with equity.
Yeah, and that's right in the filter. The most important part is just making sure that you apply that minimum in equity. If you're a fix and flipper, again, some categories that I would consider using is not just the estimated equity, but you don't really want to find something, especially if you're a fix and flipper. Like one filter I would also consider in your search is just the year built filter, right? In this scenario, I'm not looking for something that was built last year. What am I going to fix and flip? The washer and dryer that's been there for a year? Like you probably want to narrow it down. So in this case, maybe look for a single family property. It's been owned for 10 plus years, and it's been, no year built 2000 or earlier. That way, we at least know there's 20 years of ownership or of building wear, I should say, on that. And this could also apply to if you're a contractor. Maybe you do roofing, right? Not only are you an investor, but you have roofing on the side. Then find the properties that are 25, 30 years old. And those are the homeowners you should not only try to see if they want to sell, but if they don't want to sell, hey, I noticed your roof could use some work as well, right? Now you can pivot to your next business. So to your point, Dustin, we have so many filters. It really boils down to what is your exit strategy? And that's really the point I'm trying to make at the end of the day is that um, everyone's different. And we don't gear this product to an agent, to a lender, to a contractor. But the funny part is anybody can use it. It's just what's my exit strategy? And all I got to do is apply those filters. But if I was like a fix and flipper, one of the data sets I would use right now that's currently new and hot is our Propstream intelligence filter. One of the things that we've done is we've used AI data to analyze property photos that are on market. So when a property hits the MLS, we'll analyze those photos and then you can filter based on the grade. So in this case, show me all the properties in less or poor condition. It's going to go through those property photos. And as you can see here, here's a property in Birmingham, Alabama. And our AI went through these photos, and that property definitely needs a facelift.
So this
So
is
we are
like
starting.
AI doing driving for dollars for you.
But it's using the MLS photos,
That's
correct.
awesome.
So as we get millions of photos, in this case, I didn't have to go through 11 photos. All I said is, PropStream, you've already done that for me. So do me a favor, find the disrepaired ones, and then go from there. But to your point earlier, you mentioned subject to. Here's another way I can use it, not just in disrepair, but what's a common thing that people have to worry about when they're doing subject to is the condition of the property as well, right? So in this case, if I don't want to renovate a property, but I still want to subject to it, how about we do it the opposite way? Show me everything in good condition or better that has an assumable loan and is at 4% or under. You see how this could work now? So the Proxim Intelligence was introduced in November. What that's doing is analyzing photos and then giving it a grade. And then you guys can either look for the poor graded condition properties, or in this case, the great looking condition properties with the 4% mortgage. So that way you can subject to it without renovations being involved.
That's fantastic. Okay, so if I am a buy and hold where I could do short term, mid-term, or long term, if you were to
Mhm.
start from scratch in a new city, in fact, let me give you one that I was actually, actually trying to find in. So in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, I was like, you know what? I'd love to be get a midterm property in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So help me find in Mount Juliet.
Am I
It's
spelling it right?
probably
And is it
J, is it
MT?
J-U, Juliet. Yep, J-U-I. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So same thing here.
I want to find a buy and hold property that
Mhm.
in this area. It doesn't have to be in the city of Mount Juliet, but around it. Short term's a bit negative because Nashville is cracking down on it, but midterm's fantastic. Help me to find a midterm property here.
Yeah, so here I would probably just look for all the non-owner occupied properties. Start there, right? Because again, it's a matter of do we want to talk to the owner who's living in the property or talk to a property that they're not living in and see if they don't want to liquidate that or, let it go. So the first thing I would probably do is start with non-owner occupied properties. Or again, we have a category for it. So go straight into our lead list and tired landlords is your category. So these are properties that are already being rented out and they've been rented out for 15 years. So two things I think is important. You're going to deal with the homeowner who's been dealing with the rental property and all the headaches over the last 15 years with that, right? But these properties are already in a renter environment. That's the notion behind the data as well, right? So we can buy a property in a market, but most of these tired landlord properties, if I were to go after it, like this Curd Road here, not only has it been owned for 27 years by a person, maybe this person finally wants to let it go, but this property, because it's a rental property, I can look at the demographics and we can see that the renter environment is going away. So this might be a reason that he doesn't want to even do this anymore, is because this is now an environment that's not cash flowing. So to me, it's we can use the tired landlord data to find sellers, but then you have Propstream's demographics to confirm whether it's a true asset that you should go after. So what are the two steps here? Use the tired landlords, go after those homeowners. That's going to be a good rental portfolio since it's non-owner occupied already. You don't have to worry about the owner having memories or any attachment issues. And then the second thing is once you identify that address, you have the luxury of going into demographics and confirming whether the environment is still strong with renters or if it's an asset you need to move away from. And so
So
to your
let me
point,
ask that real
that
quick. So I'm going to drill that down because if there's less of renters, there's more homeowners. You're thinking that it's because the price to rent is not good enough.
it's either not good enough, or in this case, it's probably because this is an environment where more people want to move and live in versus move and rent, right? And then that's also very important to know the demographics. Like, for example, this property has a higher owner demographics, and right now it's currently off market. It was just on market for 63 days and it just sold. But there's a reason why they put all the money into rent it. This is not a rental property. This is an environment where people want to move in. So we're going to stage this property and put the highest material possible, right? Without breaking the bank. But the idea is top ARV because this is a fix and flipper environment. But if this was the opposite, to your point, Dustin, if I went into demographics and I noticed, hey, there's 80% renters in this market, I don't think I would have renovated the property this way. Because why? Why am I going to put $70,000 into renovations for a tenant to destroy it in 1 year? You see, that to me is important to know. Acquiring the asset is one stage of the process. Knowing the demographics and what to do with that asset, the exit strategy is also equally important. And I think the demographics can tell you whether that asset is a rental asset or not a rental asset.
This is terrific. Now, can you help me in the same area find a property just because this one looks like it's a flipped property? Help me
Yeah,
find one that I can flip myself. Is that with the
yeah.
AI intelligence or how would you do that?
Yeah, you could definitely do the AI, and if data is limited in the area, because let's say you're in a remote area, and I'm not sure if Mount Juliet is that, but the first thing I would start with is just let's make sure it's off market. So on market, no. Who do you want to speak to? I probably want to try to negotiate with an individual, so owner type individual. Again, do you want any emotional attachments? Yes or no? For me, probably not. So owner occupied, I prefer no. So off market individually owned, not owner occupied. Maybe, you've had this house for 5 years. I don't like looking for recently owned houses. That's why I always put 5 years minimum. That lets me know, hey, you've tried to rent it out for at least 5 years. Like, you know the story now, right? And either you're going to keep going with this headache, or I could take this headache off your back, pretty much. So the two main filters I would say at minimum is on market, no, and then individual, and then non-owner occupied. So those are the three I would say at minimum. Years of ownership, I'll leave that up to you. And then I don't know what, Dustin, your exit strategy is going to be, assuming you're going to do subject to or just buy it outright and then rent it out. That will probably dictate, the equity amount. So maybe you want high, maybe you want low. Let's say you don't care as long as it has 10% or more. So put your 10% minimum, and then finally the property details and then the motivation. So are you looking for residential? Is it single family? Maybe you want not just single family. Maybe you want single family and the duplexes, triplexes, and quadruplexes. So feel free to stack if you'd like. So just to recap, off market, individual type of owner, Non-owner occupied, so you don't have to worry about emotional attachments and having to relocate somebody. Years of ownership, equity based on your exit strategy, property type, and then number seven would be, is there an additional motivation besides all of that that you would also like to go after? And that could be a failed listing, a pre-foreclosure, delinquency, or as we talked about a few moments ago, just creating your own motivation at that point. You know, the one bathroom, high interest rates. Maybe they live out of state, perhaps. There's so many avenues that one can take. So in this case, let's do out of state. There's my 97 residential single family properties owned by an individual who lives in a different state. So that leads me to believe they're renting out this property and doing everything remotely. So when the pipe breaks, they have to call a plumber, they have to deal with all that. And if they're in a different time zone, you get the story, right? So what's the probability that an out-of-state owner is more willing to sell their single family property than a local, renter? So
Man, this is,
it's a matter
yeah.
of just creating that story. And this is the thing I want individuals to that are listening to know, that you really have that ability to cook with this data, and you can make it really hot or you can make that lead really cold. It's really up
Well,
to you.
I totally like the idea instead of just saying, let's just create a random list of everybody who has a specific, let's say their foreclosure, short sale,
Right.
whatever. You're trying to figure out putting yourself in that person's shoes of needing to sell because they have this reason or that reason, which is great. Like you put your mind in the sellers, which is great. And a special thanks to Propstream for jumping on and walking us through how to find these great deals. You can get a discount from Propstream and get a 7-day free trial if you go to masterpassiveincome.com/PropStream. The link will be in the description. So definitely check it out there. Get the discount. You also even, I think sometimes they even give away $50 extra in your account so that you can even start doing direct mail or doing skip tracing and all that sort of stuff. But you definitely want to use Propstream, get that discount, get the trial and everything. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/PropStream.